They would love to understand it, to get close, to feel your presence, to explore the kind of depth you carry, calm, steady, mysterious, the kind that doesn't ask to be chased or validated, only respected. They're drawn to something in you that feels both safe and profound. And yes, they often believe they'll be the one who truly gets you, the exception, the rare connection. But time has taught you otherwise. You've seen how curiosity often wears the mask of care. You've watched people admire the idea of you, only to retreat when faced with your truth. You've learned not to be moved by intensity that lacks patience or presence. They mistake your calm for indifference, your silence for a test. But they don't realize your stillness isn't about them. It's the result of choosing peace over performance, wholeness over approval. You no longer give yourself away in fragments to feel worthy. You've grown past the need for chaos disguised as connection. You've stopped mistaking desire for genuine alignment. You've seen how some try to crack the code of your composure just to say they reached you. But now, your softness comes with standards. Your warmth is not given in hopes of being held. It's offered only to those who have earned it. They may want to reach out late at night just to test your boundaries, to see if your silence holds. But you're no longer available for connections that ask for access without accountability. You don't move for breadcrumbs anymore. You've tasted the cost of self-abandonment, of giving too much too early. Now, you move with intention. You observe, listen, and trust the quiet truths. You seek presence, not just attention. You know the difference. You've seen how words can be used as tools of convenience, not commitment. You don't chase anymore. You choose. You don't hope for potential. You require proof. You don't settle for temporary fire. You want sustainable warmth. They might not know how to meet you in that space, because the world often celebrates noise, speed, and spectacle. But you've chosen clarity. You've chosen healing. And healing made you selective. You're no longer moved by someone's desire to win you. You're grounded in what it takes to walk beside you. And that includes consistency, emotional maturity, and the capacity to hold space for your depth without fear. They would love to bypass your standards and feel special just for trying. But your boundaries aren't barriers. They are invitations for only the sincere to enter. You built them not from fear, but from wisdom hard-earned. You felt too deeply to let just anyone near your heart. You've forgiven those who never made amends. You've loved people who weren't ready to love you back. And through all of that, you've learned love on its own is not enough. You need emotional safety, alignment, respect. You need someone who doesn't shrink when your truth gets heavy. Someone who sees your fire and doesn't try to put out, but honors it. They would love to test you, to pull you into their patterns. But you don't move like that anymore. You're not here to be convinced or conquered. You're here to be met. Fully. Your energy is not a prize. It's a responsibility. And only those who carry that responsibility with care get to stay. You're not impressed by fast attention. You're not softened by sweet words without meaningful action. You've outgrown validation in disguise. You've stopped dimming your light just to make others comfortable. You've stopped over-explaining your boundaries to those committed to misunderstanding them. You've stopped sacrificing your peace for the hope of being chosen. And in that process, you become magnetic to what's real, unmoved by the shallow, unforgettable to the genuine. Your presence holds the quiet confidence of a woman who has done the inner work, who doesn't need loud love to feel secure, who doesn't seek completion in another person. You've chosen yourself. Again and again, you become the woman who holds her own heart, who doesn't perform her worth, who leads with calm and clarity. And that unsettles people, not because you're distant, but because you're deeply rooted, not because you're hard to read, but because you're not easily swayed. You don't post for validation. You don't compete for love. You don't chase chaos to feel alive. You wait. You observe. You protect your peace. Because the one who's meant for you won't need to be persuaded. They'll feel the gravity of your presence and rise to meet it. Until then, let them wonder. Let them reflect. Let them rise or walk away. Because your clarity is not for everyone, but it will be everything to the one who's ready. You're not here to be pursued by the many. You're here to be honored by the right one. And until that happens, you stay grounded. You stay whole. Not untouched by love, but no longer undone by it. You remain the standard, unshaken, whole, and completely, beautifully enough